I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. My demons dwell, my own little nightmare, I call it hell, oh well. It's time to get back up, climbing and climbing. I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my styling. Where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stood still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking and you're faking, girl. You never made a sound. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Did it die? Yeah. Did it die? Did it die? I'm a stone cold killer. I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? Wait. Did it die?
Whatever you want, I'll be whatever you want. Just tell me you love me or not, whatever it costs. I know I'm talking a lot, there's something I gotta get off. Don't wanna be this no more, I don't wanna drink no more. Always gotta do the most, thinking that I'm insecure. Really should've listened more, but I don't, of course. I'm an asshole, I'm a good guy, I'm your best friend, I'm the worst type. Tell you everything that you heard right, just so I can fuck on the first night. Feel like I'm losing hope, running from coast to coast. I don't know where to go, this all I've ever known.
I'm a stone cold killer. I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die.
No.
Did it die?
Wait.
Did it die?
Wait.
Did it die? I'm a stone cold killer. I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die.
Won't die.
Did it die?
Wait.
Did it die?
Wait.
Did it die?
My aunt think I'm perfect, I know I'm not. My mama be worried, I told her stop. They know I did drugs and think that I'm off. Little do they know I never could stop. My manager hate when I'm pulling up late. Back on my bullshit, she think it's a phase. I got relations I gotta maintain. I'm two different people, my side and my main. Yeah, I'm sober, I'm an addict. I'm a lowlife, I got habits, but I refuse to be average. Really so tired of acting. Don't know what I miss no more. Too bad you don't hit me more. I'm bad when I get too bored. Careful what you wishing for.
I'm a stone cold killer. I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die.
No.
Did it die?
Wait.
Did it die?
Wait.
Did it die? I'm a stone cold killer. I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die.
Won't die.
Did it die?
Wait.
Did it die?
Wait.
Did it die?
I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die.
When it hurts like this, we climb the greatest heights, jump down and have a fight. And that's all we'll ever like, but that can never change my mind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. up with a slow motion crew, and we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the moss soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Season 8 of Round 3. And hold on a second, I left my volume on there. That was a stupid thing to do. That was a rookie mistake. But yeah, we're here for Round 3 around Bahrain for RFL. As per usual. Actually, technically, I wasn't supposed to be joined by Sambo tonight. I was actually supposed to be joined by Lewis, but Lewis has other plans with his family because it's such a nice day. So can't fault him for that. So Sambo has jumped back in the comms box with me instead of on the track with the drivers. So Sam, are you feeling good for tonight? Now that you're no racing?
Yeah, to be honest, Bahrain's a track I do enjoy, but I've got other places as well I'll be able to experience this track, so it's not too much of an issue on my end. But a track that should be good overall for racing in terms of I believe it's the double DRS zone around here of turns 1 to the start finish line down to turn 1, and then the corner just after turn 3.
Yes, there is 3. Wait a minute. No, there is just 3, yeah.
3, yeah, it's just 3,
From
not 2.
just after turn 15 all the way to turn 1, and then turn 3 all the way up to turn 4, and then turn 10 all the way down to the start of turn 11.
I believe this is one of these tracks where you will actually see a lot of moves made via DRS, and people sort of trying to be a little bit smart with tactics on certain places, especially when just before DRS zones, especially the last corner where you're going to get the most efficient use out of DRS and DRS around here.
Yeah, I mean, if you obviously the straight, there is 3 massive straights at Bahrain. You've got the one just after, in fact it's 2 of the 3 DRS zones, because turn 13 to turn 14 isn't a DRS zone, but is a huge straight where you can maybe pass someone if you use your ERS or saved it up enough. Obviously the one after turn 15 down the long straight is going to be the main passing place, because it's just so long all the way to turn 1, and you can you don't even have to use ERS down there. You can literally gain enough speed if you're close enough to the car in front. Obviously turn 10 to turn 11 as well.
I believe it's within half a second for your most effective use with the DRS.
I think you have to be possibly about 4.5 tenths behind someone to get the job done. But I mean, turn 10 to turn 11, I've seen passes there as well. It's just you don't want to be side by side coming through turn 11, because that is one of the worst places to go side by side. Viper Shoe saying Viper Shoe for the win. He's not even in the race.
Yep. Also to mention, thanks for the follow to
Yep.
the channel as well, Viper, right at the beginning of the stream. Obviously we didn't see it, which would have been on the actual thing at the time, so we wouldn't have picked up voices.
Checo saying time for a spicy Grand Prix. Yep. Couple of people saying Team Ferrari, Team Mercedes. So.
Yep.
Um,
I would say the return of a certain driver who is in the league again. Someone else is in XCR Leclerc as well. I'm probably making his debut this week.
Yeah, he is. I believe he's signed up as a reserve, and he is taking the Mercedes seat tonight. So we'll see how he does. But well, enough about the track because our time is a looming. But we'll move to the standings because the standings have been updated after the incidents and stuff were put in. And as you can see, Paraquick still in the lead by 1 point from Ansmaz. I believe Para's not here tonight. Neither is Ansmaz.
No, Para's not here, neither is Ant. I believe Ant said he wasn't going to be here anyway because he was away on holiday last week.
Yes.
Podium questions. He's away for the next, I believe, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
So he'll be back for Paul Ricard, I believe he said.
Yes, he'll be back in 2 weeks' time for round 5, I think it was, he said.
Yes. He's
so-
going to be away for 2 weeks.
But this does,
Para, don't see Para though. I don't know why Para is not here this week.
well, this does give Vapid a very, very good chance because he's sitting third, 6 points behind Para in the lead, and his 2 championship contenders aren't here.
Yep.
So it's a good
We also
chance for
have
Vapid.
another 2 people that will be able to make advantage of this is Pred and Scott, because obviously those 2 can get some points on the top 2 as well.
Yep.
Considering Pred wasn't actually here last week.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't here. He is here this week though, so hopefully he can do well. Scott, obviously in P5, with Kirby chasing him down. Adam Lee, who has changed his gamer tag and noticed to RRT Adam Lee, and he's actually done away with the loads of A's and E's, so that's good to see.
He just like to make it a lot more simple.
Yep. Tom Gorian sitting 8th with Cal just behind him in 9th, and Angelissimo in 10th.
Yep.
I believe Willsey turned up last week. No, not last week. The first race, but wasn't here last week.
No, Willsey was here last week. He was the what he got on. I believe he stayed out on the mediums or the hards, and it didn't quite work out for him.
Well, then on to the constructors. So Red Bull still leading the way by 1 point from McLaren, with Williams third, Alpine in fourth. I don't think Alpine have got any drivers here tonight either, so it's going to be bad for them.
Kirby is not going to be here this week, and I believe Tom Gorin, I believe his reason for not being here this week is he doesn't have Xbox Live at the moment.
Well, okay. Well, he could have reached out to me. Idiot.
Apparently he didn't have money for it. That's one of his reasons. He hadn't been paid yet. That was the reasons I was given by, I believe it was Kirby at the time. Kirby, I believe, is away for holidays or something of that nature as well.
Yeah, Kirby's on holiday. Alpha Tauri obviously sitting 5th with Haas 6th, Aston Martin sitting 7th, Alfa Romeo in 8th, Ferrari 9th, and then the Mercedes team of both drivers, Mercedes have 2 drivers tonight, so that's good, and they're sitting 10th with 7. But let's jump to
I believe our first driver out on track is not so fresh. It's not NT either. It's a car in front of NT. I believe it was an Alfa Romeo.
It is
Adam
indeed,
Lee.
so it's Adam Lee.
So only 12 drivers here tonight.
Yep.
Obviously, I believe the points obviously for it's top 3 points for the first part of this.
Yep.
Which
Well,
will decide the
for 5.
5-lap race, which
Yeah.
will decide the 50% race, which we both now know does not have a formation lap in it, so we're straight
Yes.
to the action.
Well, the 50% race does have a formation lap. The 5-lap race does not. And yeah, you're correct. It's top 3. That is really, really loud. Yeah, the top 3 and the 5-lap race.
Just so you know as well, you still have the standings on the screen rather than the actual action.
No, don't. I've changed it. Just you might.
Still up on my screen for some reason.
Yeah, you might need to refresh the page because it's back to the race. But yeah, you are correct. Top 3 in the 5-lap race will score points, and then I believe it's.
There we go.
I believe it is there is a certain point system as well for RFL, but I can't remember. I don't know if it's normal. I don't think it's normal points. I think it goes down to like 12.
Top 12, I believe.
Yeah.
I kind of picked that up because I didn't really fully read through a lot of the stuff. I'm kind of learning sort of the stuff as I go along to a point. But Adam Lee will be our first one to set a lap time around the secure circuit.
Yep, he will indeed. He's just coming up to line to start his lap now. NT25 just behind him as well, which is quite easy to see because he's only Red Bull here. So then there is an Aston Martin behind him, which I believe is Cal, because Checo's still in the pits.
Yes, it is Cal.
But do you know what? I was yes, your name will be on stream, Ethan. I have the overlay for the followers for RFL. But yeah, so next week's round, I believe, is give me.
I'll have a look. I will have a look for you just while I was going round. Calendar.
Britain.
Oh, Silverstone next week.
So Silverstone next week. Yeah, but one slight detail that you might have missed, Ethan. Every single race is basically a sprint. They have a short quali, 5-lap race. The 5-lap race determines the 50% race. Then we move to the 50% race. So it's every single round. It's not just separate rounds.
Yes.
Oh, Ethan says he can reserve. Okay. By all means. But obviously Adam Lee first on track. No.
And then we.
Matty is saying, no, you're quick. Sarah, do not touch that white.
Cross the line in just a second. 29.3.
Decent lap.
Whereas we have MT crossing the line just behind him. It's going to be slower than. It's a 29.8 from him.
Yep. Cal's going to be next.
I believe our next car to cross the line is going to be Scott.
Nope, Cal.
It's Cal. Oh, it's Cal. Yes, I've got Scott just behind.
130.4.
Cal goes P3.
It's
going to be a good lap here from Scott. He's going to pop himself just in there, 29.4.
I believe Ferrari was on an outlap.
JDM has just started.
Vapid just started. TTM Pred P2.
TTM Pred P2. Nice lap there. Not much between those two.
Oh!
And there's Angelissimo 29.1.
Yep, good lap.
We've not really seen a lot of Angelissimo yet this season, have we? He's kind of he's been mired in a little bit of bad luck, so we haven't really seen his true pace yet.
Yep. Just to note as well, every car on track apart from XCR Leclerc, who's still in the pits, but XCR Senna's just put in a 132.5, which puts on P7. Who's going to be the next?
I say though, it's improvements really with Senna because obviously he's still fairly young, so he can actually pick up a lot of his stuff as he goes along.
Yeah, he'll gain pace as the seasons go on, but I'm trying to figure out who's actually going to be next. I believe it's going to be JDMFA.
Oh, yep, he's made a mistake coming out of that long left-hander though, the very long tight left-hander. He was
Not
on
validated.
the curbing on the outside. I think he got away with it because of the fact that he did slow down a little bit on the curve, because obviously that curve there can very easily spin the car out if you're not careful.
Yeah, if you ride it.
There's a little bit of lift there from JDM. Obviously he had issues last week, obviously, I believe, with obviously Miami not being the most forgiving of circuits, as we found out.
Okay.
I believe.
So, Matty has just put, best things come to those who want to make an entrance. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely not a representative lap time from him, and I can see him improving by at least a second on that lap.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
Nino, I think it's Nino Vin, is actually Ant. So, good evening. Thank you for the follow as well, 6 days ago. We went
enjoying
streaming.
your holiday, I hope.
Yeah, hopefully enjoying the holiday. Let's see.
So Fresh has pitted, so it's going to be Checo who's on a lap at the moment, or one who has just started on a lap. Few people, obviously only with 12 cars, I'm assuming that they may be dialed down a little bit, as that's a big mistake there from Checo in the end of the first sector. He's ran very wide, missing the apex by about 2 millenniums.
Yeah, this is the corners I usually spin it on this track now after the
He is
update.
struggling a little bit. He's struggling. I wonder if he's got some understeer there, because obviously latest handling model did induce a little bit more understeer in the cars than what they used to have.
I mean, technically it'll be down to what setup he's running, because most people will be wanting to run a faster setup rather than downforce because of the long straights. But I think Bahrain's the one where you have to kind of balance it, where you've got enough straight line speed, but you obviously have enough grip and downforce through the corners, because like the corner you just went through now, if you don't have enough grip through that corner and hit the curb on the inside, as we know, you're in the wall.
Indeed so. The thing is, a lot of runoff areas here, unlike Miami, in terms of the fact that it's a little bit more forgiving.
Yep. Vapid's in, so Checo I believe is going to set a lap time now.
Yeah, I believe Checo made quite a few mistakes on that lap, so I would expect him to take at least a second off that time.
Yep. XCR Leclerc is now out on track. Is out in front
Waiting
of...
for the track to be completely empty. Sporting what is a very silver helmet.
Yep. He's out just in front of Adam Lee.
Yep, Adam Lee is on an outlap as well. So we have Adam Lee, I believe that the closest car ahead is going to be Leclerc, so I believe there's going to be some space. Obviously the drivers have to leave at this point so they can actually get a good lap in and they don't get any dirtier.
Yeah, I mean I would probably think Adam Lee will back off a bit. Yeah, he's weaving just now to warm his tyres up, so he's probably going to back off a little bit. Yeah, there you go. No, I do not want the neck fan. I have the massive fan sitting next to me, but because I'm using the mic from my webcam, you can't hear it. Because if I was using my microphone on my headset, it would probably sound like I'm in a wind tunnel, or next to a jet engine.
Or how most people at the moment would sound in the UK with the weather that's currently going on.
Yeah, because obviously the UK thinks it's Miami, but an Alpha Tauri outlap. Cal's on an outlap, so is Checo. Actually,
nice, tidy first sector from Leclerc. Obviously, I believe from seeing Leclerc in other places, we've actually seen that he has snippets of being quick, but he's a little inconsistent. He just needs a lot of improvements to that front.
No, I would say he's definitely improved. I've been watching him as he's progressed, and after the update, he seems to be getting faster. He's actually not. I mean, the fastest I can set around here is a 1:29.2, and I believe the fastest he set around here was a 1:29.3. So he's definitely improving. My granddad's okay. It's well, it looks like Ant is having fun. Yeah, Sarah saying
Sicily ain't
Leclerc's
bad.
getting...
Yeah, that's probably. I'm assuming you're in a heat wave at the moment.
Sarah saying that
Considering
Leclerc's got a lot quicker, which is definitely true.
we're going to see the thing with that. Let's see what he does across the line. Obviously, I expect him to go a little bit quicker than that, potentially, with the track evolution.
First lap.
I believe Adam Lee is going to be next across the line, unless he's made a mistake. Nope, he's backed off, so it's going to be TTM Pred, I believe.
Yeah, unless that Red
Nope,
Bull's
it's
on a
not.
time.
No, it's
Oh!
NT, yeah.
A little bit of a wobble coming out of that corner there.
Yep.
I'm not going to help him. He
He's
comes
gone
into
back
the
in the
pits.
pits.
So it is going to be Pred. Nope, Pred's coming out the
Pred's
pits.
backed off. I believe Scott is going to be next then. No, it's Cal again.
Yep, Cal and then Scott.
Why is Cal and Scott so close together on the track? Cal improves marginally.
Scott improves
Scott
massively.
28.7.
I think Vapid is on an outlap, so he's not going to be next. It's going to be Angelissimo next.
Yep, and then it's So Fresh just behind him.
1/10 up on his previous time as Angelissimo.
But we'll see if he can actually get himself back on top.
1:29.5, slight improvement.
Here comes So Fresh, 31.6.
Put some
P11 at the
P11.
moment.
Why is there a Mercedes going slow? I
That
think
is going to be Senna, I believe.
I think he's
made
ran
a
out of fuel.
mistake. Yep.
Actually, he's not
Yeah,
ran
he's
out of fuel. Is he? Yeah, he is. He's out of fuel. Let's have a look. Is Leclerc going for another run? I think he is. He's using his ERS.
Yep. I believe Adam Lee's going for a second run because I believe Adam Lee also made a mistake on his first run on these tyres, but he doesn't have much ERS deployment to use.
JDMFA is on an outlap but has
Adam Lee,
invalidated.
that's a big mistake again. I just caught him spinning on my end. So
Yep.
Adam Lee, that's not going to be improvements for him. So that curb catch him out once again.
Let's see.
Vapid's gone again as well. He's marginally up on his time.
Well, Cal's not going again. He's down 4 seconds.
Ooh,
So
yeah,
Scott,
that's a big improvement from Vapid. It's about 3.5 tenths now.
that's high 28s. So this could be a P2 for Vapid.
Williams driver coming around the final corner. Let's see what he can do.
Here he
Comes across
goes.
the line, taking the shortest run he possibly can to the line.
So 29.0.
29.005.
Still P2.
So close to being the perfect all-round number.
Yep. I believe So Fresh is next. He's 10 seconds down on his time, so I don't think he's putting in the time.
I think it's either going to be Cal's in the pits, I believe. Checo's in a lap up. JDM, I think, actually might be next across the line.
Yep, he is going to be, but is he improving?
He
is.
He's
8
8
temps.
up. 8.8.
XAR Leclerc saying he's happy with that for the first lap. 1:30.2. I mean, yep. Push a P7.
I expect to see a second improvement here from JDM. He didn't make the mistake
Yep.
on that first lap.
Is he going to improve? He is by
30.9.
7 tenths. So, nice improvement. Red
At the
Bull.
moment, the grid at the moment is separate. So we have about 6 tenths covering the top 5. It's 1.1 to 1.6 covering 68th, and then there's about it's 2.2, 2.8, 2.9, and it's 3.8 obviously down to centre, but obviously
Well,
I don't
Vapid's
know what I was supposed to use.
2.5 seconds down on his time. I've got a yellow flag somewhere. Oh, it's an Alpha Tauri. I think it's Pred moving over.
Yeah, that would indeed be Pred. I mean, these guys obviously, this is early for these final laps, I would say, because you want to go as late as you possibly can to get the most amount of grip. Because track evolution is definitely more of a thing this year than what it was last year.
Ooh, first prediction. Ant has put in Vapid win for the 50%, I reckon. Ooh, that's a bold statement. I mean, Vapid is sitting P2, but obviously we know the pace of Angelissimo, Adam Lee, Scott W, and Pred as well. So,
We could actually see a good old quote from Dodgeball here. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll have to see how it plays out.
well, Sarah's saying Adam Lee for the win. We've got Ethan giving Mr. Valander some encouragement of telling him to push. And
Push.
Valander's also said, I'm Merc 1-2. I mean, it's bold prediction. Can't say it's realistic, but it's a bold prediction. But we'll have to see, because I mean anything can happen. But NT does improve, 129 4 tenths improvement, so puts himself just in front of XER Leclerc.
It's quite close in about that, congested in about that area from about 4th down to about, oh, there goes Senna, I believe he's crashed.
Yep, went sliding off track. Good evening, Chloe, how are we? Good evening, Scott, how are we? Brilliant lap, by the way. So, yeah, let's have a look. Angelissimo's on an out lap. NT's probably coming back in. Adam Lee is on a timed lap. He's 1/10 up. Oh, he's just lost the back end.
Not for the first time. He's lost the back end of it too. Oh, there goes Pred. That's a big spin. Locked him on the curbs, and then let's just say had to spin a full 360 and then get the car somehow back in a straight lane again.
Yeah, he's backed off.
From Pred, so Pred's definitely going to have to try and go again.
Well, he has backed off. Let's have a look. So definitely Adam Lee and Pred will be going again, as I think So Fresh is on an out lap.
He is on an out lap, yes.
I believe
Gonna have
Angelissimo's
Adam Lee just behind him.
Angelissimo
is on a lap.
Yeah, and he's putting a purple sector 1, but we'll see if
He
that's
is
real.
marginally up. It's like 0.088 on the first sector.
Well, let's have a look what time he's up by sector, then to sector 2. We'll soon find out. So,
I think he's backed off. Is he backed off?
I don't think so.
That
He's
was
still
a weird line through there.
Yeah, he's still using his
very weird line.
ZRS.
See, that was just a strange line there from him. Maybe that's just line. Yeah, he's 2 tenths up now.
Oh, he's
invalidated.
Yeah, he's invalidated.
He's 2 tenths up as well.
Mr. Viper Shoe has predicted that XCR Leclerc will finish P6. So that's good prediction from him.
Not a bad shout. I mean, I'd say obviously being in reserve, you don't obviously get to see week in week out certain drivers. So it's going to be interesting to see whenever people are around, seeing how people actually get on. Obviously, like XR Leclerc, seeing how they get on in sort of field where they're maybe not see the same people week in week out most of the time.
Well, I think the next person that's going to put a time in is going to be so fresh
Yep.
as
He's
everyone else.
currently in the middle sector.
Yep, everyone else is on an
He's up
outlap.
on his personal best, but it's not a. He's not setting the timing sheets alight, so it's going to be a personal best for the Williams driver.
I mean, he's down in 11th, so he'll be looking for a massive improvement.
I believe he is.
Oh, he's
He's
invalidated.
invalidated. He's got time to go again. He does have time to go again if he turns off the arrest to go again.
No, Adam Lee, purple sector 2. I don't know if it's real or no though with this game.
I mean, I
Um,
believe Checo invalidated, so he's going to have to go again. Adam Lee is .023 down in the middle sector for me.
we'll see what time he's going to set as he comes across the line. He probably will be going again. He has got time. 1:29.2.
He does improve.
Yep, does improve by
Doesn't move
1/10.
positions though.
Let's have a look. I believe
Angelissimo might not.
8
He
seconds
might not have
down.
time to go again. No,
He's
he's
not.
not going to be able to improve. He's done.
Yep.
The two, I will say, the two people currently taking the top two spots are very close. I believe it is going to be potentially it's either going to be him or it's going to be JDM coming across the line. No, JDM's only in the middle sector.
It's
So
Angelissimo, but he's at 8.5 seconds down. Next person's XCR Leclerc, but let's see if he's improving.
he is down in his time.
Yep, he is. He was a
1.5 tenths down.
Scott W, I believe, is going to be next.
Yep, he's the current person on pole. He's down by 0.02 of a second in the middle sector. Can he find it in the final sector?
Oh, it
That's
was
white
wide.
hair.
On the grass as well.
Let's
Comes
see if
across.
This is going to be
Nope.
improvement. Nope.
It's
I
not.
saw that not happening. Let's see, it's 0.59 improvement for Vapid. Oh, 0.023.
Yeah. Let's see. Cal is next. Nope, Cal's not next. It's Checo, but Checo's not putting in. Cal was down as well. JDMFA is not up on his time. He's just under a tenth down on his time.
Oh, Adam Lee, I think, has spun again. Or he's made a mistake because he's backed out of the lap. He was marginally up.
Oh, So Fresh is just in front of him, I believe.
Yep, So Fresh will be the final car across the line, but he is he's way down in his time, so he's not going to be going again. So that is our grid lineup.
Yep. So, as we said before, it's this to determine the 5-lap race, then the 5-lap race determines the 50%. XCR Leclerc saying was 2 tenths up, bad exit, I lose it. Yeah, do you know what? This track's notorious for people losing on corner exits because the corners are quite high. Should have just done a Vettel, that would have been way
Cooler.
cooler
think
than
that's what
going
it means.
out and sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Share lap.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
still, you're still on pole, so you can't really complain about that one. You're still sitting on pole, Scott. So, well done for that,
so
my
you
friend.
got the best seat in the house for the start, but obviously it's a long run down to turn 1.
Yeah, I would say pole's probably not the place to be at Bahrain. So, as I said, as we just wait for obviously the drivers to get their strategies set for the, well, actually, they don't need strategy because they just run the softs. Alex has put I was
No
up
strategy in this one.
0.6 and invalidated. Yeah, but as Sam just said, there is no strategy, so Scott will start on pole with Vapid just behind him, Angelissimo in 3rd, Adam Lee in 4th, TTM Pred in 5th, NT25 on 6th, Checo in 7th, XCR Leclerc in 8th, Cal 17 F1 in 9th, JDMFA in 10th, So Fresh 11th, and the XCR Senna after his crash will start P12. But as we said, 5 laps, not very long, but basically this is like a 5-lap shootout qualifying session. Basically a sprint.
5 lap sprint.
Yeah, it's basically a sprint session.
I will say there was a close gap around about the area where Leclerc down to about Cal was. There was very close there between those 3.
Yeah, you tend to find, even though some leagues only have 1 tier, even though there is some drivers that are like massively on the pace, it's usually the further you get down the grid, it gets a lot closer, and that's where you're going to see people fighting, especially for those last few points. You'll start to see people fighting, but obviously in this race, when we get to the 50%, everyone should score points because there's only 12 drivers. And I'm sure it's the top 12 that score points, but obviously only the top 3 are going to score in the 5-lap sprint race.
Yes.
So it'll be down to whoever gets there. But I do not need a drink. I have a mixed berry can of Monster with me, so I am already prepared. But yeah, definitely a brilliant lap by Scott. I would say it came out of nowhere, because obviously we know Scott's fast, but obviously Angelissimo's shown his pace before. Vapid as well, who's been known to...
We know Vapid has pace.
I mean, right now in XCR, Vapid's leading the championship, so we know he has pace. But Scott, maybe a silent assassin, or maybe loves Bahrain, so might need to watch for that, because he may grab pole for the 50% race and then just take off. We never know. No, not your Monster. 6 cans for you, 6 for me. Obviously not in one day, because that would kill me. But yeah, so love to see what the race is going to be like, because obviously the 5-lap, like you said, no strategy involved, just throwing a set of softs and drive around for 5 laps, try not to spin and get across the line. But the 50% is the one where it really matters, because that's where you have to start thinking strategies. Scott saying, I'm going to do a Grosjean. Yeah. I don't think I can comment on stream for that. I mean, even though we're not monetized, I still think we would get banned if I commented on that. Vapid saying we're going at 27, which is 2 minutes away. So we will be definitely running very shortly. Sarah having wine and Chloe having rum. That's got to be probably the most like different ends of the spectrum for alcohol I've ever heard in my life. My wine is poured in a pint glass. Great, I've got to deal with a drunken wife again tonight. We'll probably pass out.
Nothing unusual there then, is it, Will?
I mean, from last night, no. But I mean, she just passed out. Usually when she gets drunk, she just passes out, so I'm good. Can I have a cocktail? Vapid, it depends on what kind of cocktail, and if it's a certain cocktail I'm thinking of, no. Poor you, Will, I feel sorry for you. Oh, and actually, yeah, do you know what? Matty is the best person to ask for a cocktail, because he works in a pub, so go for it.
Yeah, go and find one of his pubs where he works.
And someone's hit E early.
Oh yeah, someone has. It's probably, I don't know who that could have been.
I'm having what's a Malay? What?
A Malay?
Modelo. What's a Modelo? I don't know what that is.
Is this someone in the race?
Excuse, I didn't pass out. No, you fell asleep, then woke up, and then ordered Tesco, and then fell asleep again.
Anyway, that's enough of Will's life.
Yep. Then woke up this morning with a hangover. But here we go. 5 lights on and about to go out, and they've went out.
Oh,
so let's see.
Vapid's not started well.
Nope, not telemetry. Get the right stuff on. There we go. So Scott has started well. Angelissimo's passed Vapid already. So what's happened to Vapid? Wait, actually, what's happened at the back?
Vapid didn't start well.
XR Leclerc's round. And So Fresh has no front wing, neither has...
Checo are going side by side. I think Checo's just going to get the move done. Nope, Senna's going to be on the brakes early. Whoa, that was close there. Checo just get it spun.
Oh, he spun.
The back end.
Yep, he spun. Don't know what's happened at the back.
There might have been a tiny bit of contact there. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, he spun a corner after Sam. It's not exactly going to affect him through that corner. He hit the curb too much and spun. But So Fresh and Leclerc at the back, something's happened there. Both of them have lost their...
That's a time penalty for Adam Lee. That's a big mistake there.
NT's off track. Yeah, Leclerc and So Fresh, both no front wings, so we're going to have to pit.
I believe there may have been some contact between those two.
Ant telling me check Vapid. Vapid has Adam Lee all over the back of him, but obviously Adam Lee has that penalty, and then Pred is right behind him as well. Actually,
Vapid was caught out in that. I think Vapid was caught out in that start, and he was not.
Yeah,
ready.
I think he forgot there was no formation lap in his own league.
Checo and Cal going side by side. Oh, Cal's went wide. That's why.
That's actually allowed Senna to go through into P7, so one of the Mercedes is up into 7th. Actually, I think Senna and Leclerc have switched places.
Oh, Adam Lee and Vapid, I think we're almost going side by side. Vapid a little wide into turn 1. He's going to have the inside for the next corner though. However, Adam Lee might try in the undercut. Here comes Adam Lee using his ERS. Vapid does not close the door in time. Here comes the Alfa Romeo down the outside. It's going to give him the tighter line for the next corner. Let's see if Vapid can cut back on the inside. No, he's not.
Oh, Leclerc gets
It's a
that.
3-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's unfortunate.
3 people are in. Cal, Sofresh and Leclerc. Okay, so
obviously
Alex saying someone ruined my race. I believe Alex is so fresh. Don't know what happened
you're
at the
still
start
at the main
though.
race, so
Yeah, I mean
you don't
this
have
is
to worry too much now about this. So if you make mistakes now, then
get the mistakes out the road now. This is only a 5-lap race for obviously the top 3 do score points, but the main points come in the 50% race that are next.
I was going to say that penalty may well cost Adam Lee a point here.
It may do because Vapid's still directly behind. It might actually cost
So
them
is
2 places. So Adam Lee not having a good time. But Scott has retained the lead. He's got Angelissimo all over the back of him. Gonna get DRS.
Sense the gap.
Yep, gonna get DRS this lap. So
Pred is not really using his ERS. This is the thing I'm noticing. Pred has a lot more deployment than what Vapid does, and I wonder if he's holding back for the last couple of laps.
yeah, I'll probably be holding for the DRS to be activated. Trying to put pressure on Vapid, make Vapid use a lot of ERS, then blitz it on lap 4. Oh, someone's just went off, I think. Nope, no one has. I thought someone just went off in the background there. So apparently XAR Leclerc lost it on the start and accidentally took So Fresh with him.
Oh dear.
I think that was obviously the...
prepared.
No, it's the start. The start procedures are just as hard as they were before. You can, because I mean, I lost it on one of the races on the start and got taken out by another car, but that's a different story. But yeah, the back end's really twitchy on the starts. But Adam Lee's now outside of DRS.
Ooh. No, Adam Lee is closing. That gap is sort of, he's closing a little bit, then it's dropped back out again.
Yeah.
This is about to become a 5-car train if he can get close enough. Scott's trying to break the thing we hit the tow here.
Checo spun.
That's Cal. No,
Oh.
that's not Cal. That's Checo.
And then Senna spun right behind him.
And then JDM gets 2 places.
Yep. No, he got 1. Checo's still going. Another yellow flag.
That might be Senna, I believe.
He's going straight. I don't know why there's a yellow flag. Yeah, Adam Lee.
Fred got very close to the back of Vapid there.
Adam Lee has fell so far out. It's now 1.6 seconds.
Yep.
He's losing massive time.
Here comes Pred. Pred is trying to go for it. Obviously, he knows that Adam Lee will have a time penalty in front, so he's trying to get past Vapid to get that final point.
Yep, he is. He's trying to get rid of Vapid so that he can jump Adam Lee for P3. Not really much going on behind all of this.
A little bit dive into the corner there from Vapid, but he does manage to get away with it. So we have a yellow, I believe that is.
It's
one of the
XCR Leclerc.
Mercedes.
Yep. Oh no, it's not. It's Senna. I believe it's Senna. Leclerc is behind So Fresh and just coming onto the final straight now. But yeah, Pred 3 attempts. He's actually the closest person to anyone on track just now. All over the back of Vapid. Vapid's not staying as close to Adam Lee as he would want. So I have no idea. Is he actually saving ERS? He's not really saving ERS, but he does have a lot more than Vapid, a little bit more.
Hang on a sec. There's about to be potentially a battle for the leads. Angelissimo's got himself within range. Not much battery left though on that Ferrari. Tries to pull the slipstream. It's not going to be much for the Ferrari driver though. Scott is going to be forced to use his battery as well.
Pred goes round the outside of Vapid. He's going to have the inside for the next corner.
Squeezing.
Yeah, and he's done it. He's took the place from Vapid, so he's up to P4.
Oh, there goes Adam Lee as well.
Oh, Adam Lee, yep. So this has promoted Pred up to P3 without having to jump.
So I believe that
oh.
Angelissimo's finally decided he wants to get aggressive with his ES deployment, and let's just say Scott is under a lot more pressure now with that Ferrari behind him.
Yep, he is starting to push. The last lap, obviously, he's going to have to push. He's
I
got
think
no
this will be his
choice.
last chance with DRS.
Yep, he's not close
Scott,
enough.
they're both low on deployment.
He is definitely not close enough to make a move into this corner.
Scott has managed to hold his nerve. After 5 laps.
So we'll
and
see.
Probably will bring this home.
Yep, 8 temps between them. Someone's
There's
spun.
yellow again.
Oh, it's So Fresh. So Fresh is round. Oh, is Leclerc going to get the place from So Fresh? He's going to come back on track. Watch what you're doing. Oh, wow, that was close.
Scott's about to cross the finish line and to take the lead in the sprint race and take pole position.
Yep, he does indeed. Angelissimo gets P2. Pred is going to get P3. He's still in front of Vapid. Vapid will take P4 with NT. Quite a silent driver. Nothing really happened with him. He's going to take P5. Adam Lee after his spin and his penalties.
He's going to lose in our position to Checo here as
oh,
well.
Yep, Checo's just jumped him anyway. So he is going to lose P6 to Checo. And then Adam hits
the
whoa.
wheel.
Yep.
He's had enough of that front wheel.
JDMFA takes P8. Cal is going to take P9 with both Mercedes running 10 and 11th.
Yeah, I believe Cal was one of those people involved. He may well have got some wing damage and he had to pit. So he'll be looking for better in the main race itself.
Yep, I think he was as well. May have actually happened a couple of corners after because I didn't see Cal have any spins or damage or anything as Senna goes off track. Leclerc goes past him. So Mercedes switching places. But here goes Cal down the final straight, up to the line, will take P9. Obviously Scott W, Angelissimo and Pred will score from the sprint race. But here comes XCR Leclerc. Debut
Not an
race.
ideal race for the Mercedes
I
driver, but
still top 10 debut race. I mean, there is only 12 drivers, but still top 10 and comes across P10 with XCR Senna P11. Only one retirement of So Fresh, which I don't know what happened to him.
not sure.
I know he
From
spun.
the back of the grid, but yeah.
He did spin and Leclerc got past him. As obviously no driver of the day so far because it's only the 5-lap sprint.
Race, yeah.
Alex saying it's all good. I'm used to the back of the grid. I mean, back of the grid's not that bad at Bahrain because obviously you start at the front, as we've seen. Scott was under pressure from everyone behind him, so it's not the best place to start in P1. But obviously, starting from last on the grid is a much better way to go because if something happens in front of you, you can literally move to the side. I mean, yes and no. Technically, I mean, no matter what, you should still always try and finish because anything can happen in front of you. But as I said, this is only a 5-lap sprint race, so there we go. But Scott will be starting on pole for the 50% with Angelissimo just behind him in P2, with Pred moving up to 3rd from 5th, with Vapid dropping from 2nd to 4th after his horrendous start. NT will gain 1 place, start P5, whilst Checo will gain 1 place as well and start P6. With Adam Lee starting in P7 from 4th with his penalty and spin. JDMFA will be starting from 8th instead of an improvement on his 10th in qualifying, with Cal in 9th starting exactly where he qualified. Yep. With Leclerc obviously dropping down 2 places and Senna gaining 1 place with So Fresh starting 12th instead of 11th. So, yeah, I'm saying rather be P1 than anything else. I mean, I've been on pole here and it's not the best feeling, especially if you've got people behind you with faster tyres. That's kind of gets frustrating. But I mean, it just depends. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different because this is now. Fun fact: well, this season only Italians have won. Will it be broken? Oh, actually, that's a good point. Yeah,
Pred.
that's actually a really good point. Only Italians have won it. So, let's see if it's going to be a non-Italian driver to win it today.
The irony being, when we get to Monza and Imola later on, that we don't have an Italian win at all.
Oh,
That was
okay.
just a running thing.
Leclerc just said Cal's issue was because when he spun, he actually collected both of them. I didn't see Cal spin or be collected because he must have kept them going. I think he only got partial wing damage, where as Alex and Matty lost all the wing. But it obviously
Yes.
affected Cal so much he had to pit. Gasly did a max on us. Wait until we. Where is it? Wait until we get to. Oh, no. I can't remember now. Oh, wait until we get to. Wait, have we been. No, we've not been to Monaco. Wait until we get to Monaco, see who does the max there. Crashing into the wall at the swimming pool. Or just after the swimming pool, I should say. I believe it was the exit of the swimming pool.
Yep, I believe the same place Leclerc crashed as well.
Yep. Pokemon collect them all. Right, F1 version. Yeah, so obviously they're just changing the setup for the lobby to 50% with no qualifying, then setting up the grid. I mean, I've got to say, it is unfortunate that sometimes that happens when people get collected at the start, but I mean, it's not rare, it happens almost all the time. I got collected in another race by a driver who decided to try and push past me. It wasn't actually his fault, he got pushed. There was 3 years going down the straight at Japan, and he literally got turned in on and hit me, and I went into the wall and lost my front wing. So it does happen. It happens a lot more than people think it happens. But it's just one of those things. It's racing. Things happen. But luckily it was only the 5 lap race or sprint, so it wasn't the main race, so that's the good thing. I'll stay downstairs till you're finished. Well, yes, you will. I do not want a drunk wife upstairs sitting in the room with me, because then it will turn from a mature rated stream probably to Roy Chubby Brown stream. So can't have that happen. On my second glass, we'll make that your last glass. But yeah, so obviously Scott will start from pole with Angelissimo just behind him. Do you know what? I think Pred's a good shout for the win for this.
That's a good point.
He's got really good pace, really good consistency. I mean, that's not taking anything away from Angelissimo or Scott, because the two of them, I mean, Scott got away perfectly, and managed to keep the lead and keep Angelissimo, who we know is not a slow driver, behind them. So I mean, for me it could go either way, but if I had to put money on someone, I would probably put it on either Pred or Angelissimo. Sorry, Scott, I know that's bad to say, but it would probably be Angelissimo or Pred, just because this is not a 5 lap race, it's now 29.
This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, it definitely for me, I would say it comes down now to strategy, because I think Bahrain has a really good undercut. I think the overcut's not really that good at Bahrain, but the undercut is, especially if you're putting in decent laps every single lap. You can easily undercut people here, but we'll have to see, because normally this is a medium hard one-stop track.
Or medium, which if you want to do it that way.
Yeah, or hard medium. If you're starting at the back, I don't think anyone in 11th place now has the advantage, because
No.
starting on the hard compound tyres, you're going to be really slow at the start. It takes a couple of laps for the hards to get
It'll
up
take
to.
2 3 laps to get the tires up to temperature, but after that you'll get if you can get away cleanly without any mistakes, then you should be fine, and that gets the most painful tyre out of the way early, and you can actually go and make the one-stop work in a lot better form.
I know. As I said, I don't mean any negativity by it. Scott is a brilliant driver, and he done well to put on pole. But I mean, this is a lot longer.
Angelus.
I'm being put under pressure here. I mean, do you know what? If any of the 3 of them win, it's going to be a brilliant drive from all of them. So
I mean, we know that Pred has pace, considering he came from 14th on the grid to win at Brazil.
yeah, so
So obviously we know that Pred has the pace, but the pace is pace of sort of when they're in clean air of Scott and Angelismo, we don't actually fully know of yet because we haven't really fully seen it yet.
Scott, no. Angelissimo, yes. Well, not in this game. I have seen him in previous games, and I know he can be rapid. So, it's definitely going to be interesting. I believe Scott's got the pace. We just have to see if he has the consistency, because 5 laps is good, but 29 laps is a little bit different. I will count a race win if I don't spin off the start. Do you know what, Matty? If you finish the race, count that as a race win. Because normally there's a few retirements at Bahrain, so
Obviously with less in the field, that people may be more inclined to maybe take it not as 100% potentially, because obviously points on offer for everyone means that you don't have to be as aggressive.
no. I mean, obviously you will be aggressive if you want more points for your team and the win if you're fighting for the championship. But we've got Ant saying, "Senna, please finish this race." I'm sure he will. Maybe in 12th though, but I'm sure he will. But yeah, I mean, obviously after the update in this game, Bahrain has got a lot more difficult. It used to be quite easy. Well, I wouldn't say easy, but I mean, it used to be pretty decent. Do you know what? Actually, yeah, there is actually one driver we overlooked, Adam Lee. Because I mean, saying, yeah, fair enough, Adam Lee has lost a lot. From what I've seen so far, I think he's lost a little bit of pace with the game. But that's probably just like everyone else, just trying to get used to it. But when he's on it, he's on it. So if I don't go 100%, I will be going backwards. No, if you hit the brake and then put it in reverse, you'll be going backwards. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be a hard one to call, because obviously we know a lot of the drivers on track. We've watched them race for years, so yeah, this is going to be difficult. Why has that got a? Oh, listening. I wondered what that thing was. Adam Lee's got a little eye thing next to his name. It says listening only. I didn't realise you could actually listen only without watching. But
Interesting strategy going on. What I can see.
Well, I'm going to wait until. Don't tempt me. Yeah, don't put the car in reverse, Matty, because you'll get disqualified. And not by the league, by the actual game. You can't drive the other way on the track, they'll instantly disqualify you. I mean, Vapid got disqualified, I believe he got disqualified in
blocking the pit lane,
yeah,
even though he was travelling like 2 miles an hour.
Yeah, he was literally letting cars coming down the straight finish their, or start their laps, so he was staying out of the way, and the game basically said, no, you're blocking the pit lane, so they disqualified him. Chloe's doing now while on, cause Kieran's beside her. What? Chloe's doing what now? Now we have to wait for the drivers to do the strategy, because now they're not just running sauce for 5 laps. Oh, listening. Oh, okay. Yeah, now they're not just running 5 laps. They actually have to do a strategy. So it's going to be probably, I would say, for maybe the top 8 or 9, it's going to be medium to hard, and for the rest down below, it's going to be hard to medium.
I'll tell you now, Will. I'm not going to spoil it until you see it yourself, but
some interesting
have gone a little bit different from what you were thinking.
Oh, okay. Matty saying,
so
I'm nervous
Lee as well.
I'm nervous and hands are sweating. It's been a while since I've raced. Take a deep breath, Matty. Relax.
You'll be absolutely fine.
Yes, just focus on what you're doing and you'll be absolutely fine. Ethan saying, Gasly for P11 finish. Do you know what? That's some confidence there, Ethan. Thanks.
Saying then, you'll be thankful for that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's still in the points, so sending love. I mean, sending love. Who have you got for P12 then?
Probably Senna.
Yeah, the 2 Mercedes finishing 11th and 12th.
Oh, you're just adding the one. You're just adding an extra 1 to the 1 too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, still in the points, but we'll see. Actually, I don't even know if Senna's been. I need to find out if Lewis has actually been practicing for this. I know he's done a couple of laps on it. I'd be happy with P11. I mean, it's still in the points. He has today. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so normally, as Sam is aware, because he has been my teammate before and seen how I drive, I do not practice. I normally just turn up and wing it.
I've figured one thing out. If I practice too much, I don't do well. If I practice too little, I don't do well. I just know in between.
Do you know what, Sam? I think when you've been in league racing for years, it gets to a point where you've actually memorised the track, so you know where the braking points are, you know what gear you're supposed to be in. You can
The only
literally,
difference is handling models and stuff
Yeah.
every year that change.
when you start, that's called porpoise. Okay, so Matty's put, damn, my seat keeps going up and down the straight, and Matty Big Hands has put, that's called porpoising, mate. I mean, he's in the Mercedes, so getting my
He's getting his
excuses ready.
ready.
Yeah.
Ah, so all the racing driver excuses, is it?
Yep. So it looks like I'm not even going to say it on stream because I will get crucified. Bands, not hands. What? Okay, she's definitely drunk. Bands, not hands. I don't know what she's talking about.
Don't know.
But anyway, yeah. When you've been racing for so long, the only thing yeah, I can't see it, it's on my second screen.
That's his hand bouncing. How does that work?
Yeah. Ethan, shush. But yeah, so as I said, when you've been racing for
we're
years,
going, by the way.
yeah,
When we're just discussing.
when you've been racing for years, you kind of get used to the track and stuff like that. But as you said, per game the handling models change. So the only thing you really have to get used to when you jump on and start practicing is the handling model, what the car feels like, weight shift, fuel, stuff like this. You just have to get, because I mean, if you go back to 2019, we could say we could massively underfuel the car, and then run it better and save fuel. But now you can't really do that. So everything's changed. But let's have a look and see as we are just going around.
I'm going to tell you now, you're going to find fun with the actual what one particular person has started on.
Adam Lee. Oh, and Scott has
Why is
crashed.
Scott in...
Okay.
Who is that? Okay.
Hold on a minute. I need to go here, and go here. There we go. Better. Yeah. Scott W has just spun.
Popped up on screen.
Yeah.
I just seen that pop up on the screen.
I forgot to go do not disturb mode. But yeah, that was.
So top 3 on hards.
Yep.
That's an interesting choice. Adam Lee on softs.
That's a bold choice.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Yep.
See if it pays off. Oh, there's Scott W making his way back through again. It's just like to say, like, yeah, I may have spun. I'm making my way back through again. We're just gonna, even though we did catch that on stream. Sorry, Scott.
Yeah, I've got to say as well, just so everybody's aware. Sarah has said Coco jumped on his lap will be his next excuse. XCR Leclerc has a dog called Coco. For anyone, it's not his girlfriend. So,
yes.
Just so everybody's aware, it's his dog. Very cute dog, but it's his dog. Yes, no, not actually your dog, Sarah. She doesn't stay with us. She stays with Matty. So, but yeah, just for anyone
That would be a long trip. That one.
Who's
To where he is and where
what in God's name has Ethan just put in the chat? That was like an octopus.
It is.
Oh well.
I don't actually know whereabouts Ethan gets these things from.
I don't think I want to know. Yeah, Sarah's saying she's my adopted dog. Yeah. So, as we can see, soft, medium, hard, 2-stop, medium, hard, or hard, medium, 1-stop.
Yeah, that second strategy might well be for Adam Lee, but it's not for anyone else.
That's
Okay, are you gonna keep putting that in the chat, Ethan?
That's do you know what, actually? Do you know what I'm going to say? I've seen people run the hards all the way till like lap 22 and then go on the softs at the end.
The thing is, the softs in this game are awful though. Like,
Yeah, they do
They
not.
go off after like 2 or 3 laps, so I'm assuming we're going to expect to see Adam Lee in quite early, unless he's going for the hards early on.
Evening Scrub, how are we doing? But yeah, it's weird strategy from Adam Lee, but because normally they leave the softs until the end. But
we also have Scrub in the chat as well. Hello, Scrub.
Yep, I know. I just said hello, Scrub. Isn't okay? I don't understand. what people
Anyway,
are going about. Yep, but we are
anyway,
lining up.
well, let's just get a little bit of focus.
Pred missed the line and has been pushed back. Quite a few people have missed the line.
Yes. Just waiting for everything to form up. Hopefully
Here we
we
go.
get away cleanly this time. Yep, we are going to get away cleanly.
I don't have a
I'm gonna
good
go
camera
on.
angle. And here we go. Lights out and away we go.
Adam Lee, it's not the best. It's initially a terrible start, but then it's a lightning start there in the second phase from Adam Lee from about P6.
Pred going
So what
round
he can do,
outside.
He's going to go, whoa, NT is off track. He's going to lose
Oh,
a fair few
too late.
positions here. I think Adam Lee's in the middle here of 3 cars. That's a good... Adam Lee up to 4, so those soft tyres doing their job off the start.
Pred's in the lead.
Probably lose position.
Pred's took the lead.
Well, they're still going side by side. Adam Lee's going to make the move down the inside. There's NT with a time penalty already. As Adam Lee is trying to get these moves done early on, and the Alfa Romeo obviously has to get through these cars as quickly as possible and then try and pull away. Is he going to try and go for a move down the inside of Scott? Yes, he is. Scott's probably going to see it coming, and as May will just let him go here. He's going to have better grip coming off the corner. Indeed, so does the Alfa Romeo driver. That's it. Really done there. And now he has to try and get himself ahead of Pred and try and get himself away. Obviously, Pred knowing he can probably let the Alfa Romeo go now, knowing the fact that he's probably going to stop within about 7 laps.
Yeah, he's obviously going to push. He's going to want to get as far away as possible, try and give himself as much advantage as possible when he pits. But I mean, look at that. Pred's already in the lead. He took Angelissimo in one of the corners, and then I think Scott got a really bad run out the corner, and he just managed to pass straight away. Apparently, I got a message.
The lead is about to change hands. If he can get close enough, although Pred is using the battery. No, he's not. Although you can see that Alfa Romeo getting closer and closer. Pred does have the fast lap, but that's not going to be held for long. I believe Pred will just potentially let him go here, knowing the fact that it is probably more wise for him to do so.
Yep.
Rapid and Angelissimo behind, side by side. The Ferrari and the Williams is squeezing.
NT's just spun.
That's NT behind. Yep, I saw that in the background. That's not good for the Red Bull driver. Vapid not impressed by that from Angelissimo, I do believe. There was a little bit of weaving of the steering wheel.
Yep. That's really bad luck for the Red Bull driver. I mean, if he can still finish and get a point, so gonna want to encourage him to keep going, especially as we don't know what's gonna happen. This is a long race, so anything can happen. Safety car, anything. So, in fact, I don't know if they've got it on reduced or off. I'm not sure. So, Adam Lido up the front, not really pulling away from Pred as much as he would want. Scott has stayed within DRS.
I think he's about to drop out of DRS. He just has indeed right at this moment. So now Pred will be in trouble from Scott potentially. Although Pred has stayed within his cities. This is the thing. Adam Lee needs a good gap if he wants to make the strategy work, because he's going to be going a long way on the hard tires if he's using the hards.
Yes, and well, actually, Pred has fell out of DRS. Adam Lee's going to want to push as much as possible. He's trying to break the slipstream. Puts the fastest lap in as well, 1:32.11.
Rapid as well is about to try and have another go at Angelissimo down the straight, but he's not going to be close enough to the Ferrari driver. Is he going to try and send down the inside? Nope, he's going to get close though. DRS will be enabled this lap, so Vapid is going to have that on the Ferrari driver. So let's see if anything will happen between the two of them. I believe though this DRS zone here is not really conducive to really making passes unless you're within about 2 or 3 tenths.
Yeah, you have to be really, really close. But I mean, Vapid's looking like he's gaining a little bit on Angelissimo through the corners. So, almost.
There.
Yep, almost hit the back of the Ferrari. Didn't make contact, which was good.
We also have JDM, by the way, just a bit further back as well, who's currently behind the 2 Aston Martins, looking potentially try to have a look at Cal in the first 2 Aston Martins.
Yep, he's going to want to be a little bit closer, but look how close Vapid is to the back of Angelissimo. Has to actually move to the right to miss the back of that Ferrari and falls a little bit back. But I think, I definitely think Vapid's setup's more for straight line speed and Angelissimo's is more for corners. Seems to be gaining a little bit through the corners, but look how close Vapid gets down the straight. Adam Lee now 1.6 seconds out in front. Will want to pull as much as possible away from him because
Vapid using his ERS. Look at the slipstream effect you just get down here. Just how much more overpowered this is. He's probably going to make the move down the inside. I wonder if Angelissimo will go up the corner to try and do the undercut. Oh, he's waiting again.
Oh.
He's managed to execute the overcut.
Yep. He's managed to pull it back for a switchback. Oh, there was slight contact there. Don't know what happened there, but Angelissimo gets past.
Fred, I think we're close as well there. So.
Yeah, 6 attempts between both. So.
I was down at 3 at one moment.
Pred not able to pull away.
JDM is still keeping himself close, and if you look in the background of this battle for what is P6, you also have XCR Leclerc just sitting there waiting in the background.
Yeah, he's not far off JDM. So sitting with the Ferrari and both Aston Martins. Cal's actually fell off Checo a little bit, but he does have a Ferrari and a Mercedes right behind him, as it looks like Leclerc's going to try for a move on the inside of JDM. He's not going to have the move done just yet. JDM goes really wide on that corner though.
I think Scott's going to have another go down the straight, potentially if he can get close enough to Pred, but he's about 6 tenths back.
Yeah, a little bit too far away from Pred, but is he going to get him coming out? I mean, he can gain the time coming out the final corner down the straight, but you'd really want to be about 5 tenths, maybe less, coming down the straight. As you can see, it's just a lot to gain down the straight. Vapid is so close to Angelissimo. Is he going to go for a dive down the inside? He's not.
Oh, that's a bit of a mistake from Pred. I think he bobbled
Leclerc
on one curve, so then Scott also made a mistake.
Leclerc was on the outside of JDM there. Oh, where's JDM went? He's went off track.
I saw him appear.
Yep, he's went off track.
I think he missed his braking point.
Yeah, he definitely did. He had XR Leclerc on his outside. And I think he misjudged the braking into the corner and went off track.
Oh, big mistake from Vapid. Oh, no, it's not. It's just a bit of lag.
Yep.
Vapid's lagging a little bit for me. That's fun.
Doesn't bode well that he's also the lobby host.
It was a little bit there. I think it's sorted itself out now. I thought Vapid had gone off. Nope, it was just the game going, oh, you thought that? No.
Well, 5 laps in already. And Adam Lee still out in front with 2.1 second gap, but those softs are going to start falling off.
If you look now, that gap with those tyres starting to go off has started to drop.
Yeah, 1.9 seconds now. He will definitely be starting to feel the wear on those tyres soon.
I'm going to look at these rear tyres. There's not grooves in them yet, but there is going to be in the next couple of laps.
Scott keeps floating in and out of DRS of Pred, so not close enough. Vapid still on the back of Angelissimo for P4. Turning out to be a really good race.
Scott and Pred at the moment are just doing what they have to do.
Yeah.
Angelissimo at the moment is not having the funnest of times, considering he's not able to get away from Vapid, and Vapid doesn't seem to be able. He's been able to make the move once, but Angelissimo just managed to do the under and over on him.
Yeah, I mean, pulled off a really nice switchback coming out of turn. I believe it was turn 1 coming out of that, and then into turn 2 he pulls off a really nice switchback, but. Vapid still very close and putting him under pressure. This is actually letting Scott and Pred pull away. They're now over 3 seconds away from Angelissimo and Vapid. Cal's on the back of his teammate as well and has dragged along XCR Leclerc with him, who's just out of DRS range but running really well in P8. So is there going to be team call maybe? Because this is actually going to put them in a predicament. One of them's going to have to run for 1 lap longer.
Cal is using a lot of his deployment to try and get away from Leclerc, but Leclerc's having none of it. He's got a little bit more deployment, but check on front, there's a yellow.
So Fresh has spun his Williams by the looks of it. He has indeed.
Yep.
Let's have a look. So, yep.
Ooh, Scott, that's very close. I think Pred, has he made a mistake somewhere?
It's possible he might have.
Small mistake, because I think Pred may have had a bobble on one of the curbs potentially.
Well, the time dropped.
He's got back ahead now, but about half a second now. But that's not helped him try and keep as close as possible to Adam Lee. And Adam Lee is, I think, pretty soon going to be making his stop into the pit lane and say if the yellow again. That's Senna now, who decided after overtaking So Fresh, decided here you can have the place back.
Well, Scott and Pred, Pred must have had a slight miscalculation somewhere, because he did drop to 2.2 seconds behind Adam Lee, but he's now back to 2. And Scott, I think the best thing for Scott to do right now is hang fire, use the DRS to keep within striking distance of Pred, and get away from Angelissimo, because once Adam Lee comes into the pits, they two are going to be free and clear, as Senna's actually already pit and has moved on to hards. That's a bit early.
Yeah, he's going to be doing a long distance from those hards. They will last, but they're not going to be happy at the end.
Yeah, he... Also, Scott doesn't want to touch that curb on the outside there. I think Adam Lee's made a mistake somewhere. Time's dropped to 1.7.
That could just be the natural tyre wear.
Vapid still on Angelissimo. I tell you what, Angelissimo's handling this pressure well. He's not spun, he's not enough track, he's not done any of that. So, but Leclerc is really close to the back of Cal. It looks like Cal may actually be struggling a little bit here. Either that or he's ran out of ERS from using it.
He is definitely. He's got about the same amount.
So
he's on about 27. Leclerc's on about 40 odds.
Yeah, so he's trying to use. I mean, his teammate. If the Aston Martin drivers were trying...
Adam Lee's already into the
pits.
pits.
Here he goes. He's
as
in.
I thought, lap 7.
Maybe hard compounds.
So that's going to be... I believe that's hard. So if there's no safety cars in this race, that is exactly what he's probably going for.
Yep, hard compounds.
Hard tyres.
So
all the way to the end now for the... He's already made his stop, so he now hits about... all he has to do now, he's done the job in the first stint. He just has to get ahead of these people on the tyres, but he will have to get those tyres up to temperature.
He will indeed. Scott is still within striking distance of Pred.
I have suspicions that Scott is fast on a straight line, and Pred has more cornering ability, more wing. As there's Leclerc and Cal side by side, enough space left there by Cal, and that's the move done for Leclerc.
Yep, up to P6 for XR Leclerc, and Cal has dropped to P7, but Leclerc was a little bit wide.
They're going to potentially go side by side once again. I don't think Cal is actually going to do it. He's going to try and go side by side through here.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, fair play to Cal there. A little bit of
nice
contact
move
there from Leclerc, but well done.
Yep, very, very nice move.
A lot of battery there though to do it. Now though, however, Cal managed to get the DRS as well.
Yep, he did indeed. Really nice move from the Aston Martin driver. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on further up the grid. As we've got a yellow flag. It's so fresh, I think.
Again, I believe.
Alex not having the best of times. We've got Ant saying move of the season.
I believe it was that. I believe it was so fresh.
Yep. Ant saying move of the season from Cal on XR Leclerc. But I mean, got to agree, it was a really, really good, precise move.
Scott's going to get close into turn 1 once again, but he's not going to be close enough.
Nope, he is not.
Vapid as well.
See the sparks coming off the cars as well. Oh, Vapid almost runs into the back of Angelissimo. Don't want to be doing that.
I was trying to make a move there, but deciding otherwise. I think Cal here is giving his teammate a massive help by keeping the Mercedes behind to I think it's quicker, but here comes Leclerc using his battery once again. Cal does not cover the inside as much as he should have, and he's going to go back down the inside. Cal's going to try and keep it side by side, and it's a clean move around the outside, and then let's see if Cal respawn once again.
Oh,
it's a
too
wide
wide
from Leclerc. Round the outside, Cal once again, he's going to have the inside line for the next corner. Cal actually giving us the entertainment here, and Leclerc is going to try and send it. No, he's not.
Nope, Cal blocked.
Get close enough.
Yep, Cal
I believe
putting his car in the best place possible and blocking the Mercedes from getting past. But amazing driving from both drivers, and brilliant battle between the two of them.
He is going to try and make a little bit of a weave there at the slipstream there from Leclerc to try and say, I'm still here, I'm keeping you on your toes.
Oh, he's spun. Oh, he's actually done a 360 or a one. No.
Oh, he's stuck in the curb as well. That was almost a perfect 360 if he managed
Yeah.
to keep it off of the curb.
His tyres are going to be on fire now as well. So he's going to have to watch.
It might be advisable for him to actually maybe pit sometime soon.
Yeah, he's going to have to watch.
Oh, Scott, he's going for it this time.
Yes, indeed, he goes down the inside.
He's sat behind for a few laps.
Oh.
Is Haas going to be able to do it around the outside? Fred is going to shut the door on the outside. He's going to have the better line. Fred is going to try and hold it still. Fred is on no battery. However, Scott is on a huge amount, and now he's going to be down the inside. Can he keep the move, hold the move? And yes, he will.
Really nice move from Scott.
Scott is on about 40% battery. Pred is on almost nothing.
Yeah, not really much that Pred could do there to try
I
and
think
stop
it's
that.
better for Pred to sit behind and maybe get some ERS saved and just use the DRS to stay behind the actual stay behind the Haas driver.
Adam Lee is caught up to the back of XCR Leclerc as well, so making moves. He really has to get a big amount of pace out of those hards and try and catch up to the front group if he wants to finish on the podium. But let's jump back up. Vapid's still behind Angelissimo, still not able to pass that Ferrari.
Yeah. The thing is, Vapid's going to have to pit before Angelissimo, so
Yep.
really, this is not doing Vapid any favours. Angelissimo is holding his own in third place here. The front two have kind of disappeared for a little bit, but he's still within distance in case any of them do get penalties. Adam Lee has gone past Leclerc. Leclerc's not really got any resistance for that.
No, they're fresh hards on 9-lap-old mediums. Oh!
And I believe that's
Leclerc
a spin
spun.
from Leclerc.
Yeah, he has spun indeed. Yeah, so
The Scott is now having... Here comes Pred once again. Although with his little amount of ERS, I'm not sure how much what he's going to be able to do at the moment until he starts saving. He's back to about 20% use. He's now just sitting behind. No, he's using the battery once again, only for a little bit though.
yep, 3/10. Not really trying to make a move. I mean, these two are probably just wanting to pull as much distance between themselves and Angelissimo and Vapid as well.
That is Leclerc in the pits. That is an early pit stop. He's going to be on the hard tyres.
Look how close that
That's
AlphaTauri is. But he isn't making the move quite yet. I mean, he's getting DRS down the straight, but obviously thinking about the longer game in this race, as Angelissimo and Vapid do look like they're getting a little bit closer to these two, but not by
Gap
much.
is slowly closing, but it closes and then it levels out again.
Yep.
The pace of in the top four is around the same, even though Vapid's on the mediums. He's not being able to make them work in terms of getting closer.
Yep, he's oh, NT gets past So Fresh. So Fresh is
So
spun.
once again. Scott, a little bit of a mistake. I think Scott may have bobbled a little bit on the exit curb. This is going to give Pred a chance to come back in, but Pred is not on a lot of DRS. He's going to be in slipstream and DRS purely here. Is he going to try and go up the inside? No, Pred thinks better of it right there.
Vapid. I tell you what, I definitely think Angelissimo's got a lot of straight line speed.
Yeah, I think Vapid is more on a cornering setup, and
Yep.
and Angelissimo's on a on a more straight line speed orientated setup out here. Whoa, that is a big snap of oversteer from Pred. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. I did see the actual wheel movements there from the AlphaTauri driver. It was very close.
Well, JDM is in the pits.
Just go JDM.
I don't understand.
That is Senna, I believe, out of the first corner.
I don't understand why Angelo didn't let Vapid pass. Would have allowed him to claw to the front due to Vapid fresher tyres. I think it's probably because the mediums he would have been a little bit quicker and probably pulled away. Especially with the dirty air as well, because even though these cars are supposed to be set up where there is no dirty air, the game doesn't reflect that, and you still get dirty air from the car in front, and it would probably have destroyed Angelissimo's tyres a lot quicker. So he's more than... I mean, to be fair, he's holding his own. He's on the harder compound tyres than Vapid, and Vapid just can't get past him no matter what. So he's definitely... But then again...
Vapid is going to have to pit probably within the next 2 or 3 laps, I would think, to try and get himself away. But look at... Vapid is really low on deployment, and Angelissimo is actually a little bit better, but look at... I can see this... Vapid's getting a little bit closer in this attempt, but nope, still not enough.
Well, I think that's probably why Angelissimo's not letting Vapid just pull away. I mean, I understand what Ant's saying. Let Vapid pass, keep up with him, and then obviously try and catch the front two and let Angelo put the pressure on the front two, and then maybe Vapid can gain places. But then again, it may not go that way. It could possibly go the other way, where Vapid pulls off and leaves Angelissimo in the background. And I don't think he wants to take that chance. But NT and Cal are both in for their hard compound tyres.
Hard tyres, yep. so the hards are going to be what most people will be on, unless they start on the hards, in which case these guys at the front
Will probably be on
will
softs.
be going on to... No, they may well be going for mediums. The mediums are probably a more durable tyre than the softs, and they will last distance, but I believe they have to go to about lap 16, 17 for that to be a viable strategy.
Yeah, no, the hards can actually go to about lap 22, and if you go to lap 22, oh, we've got a Williams off.
That is So Fresh, who I believe may have reset in front of a Ferrari. I'm not sure there. I think that was JDM. I just saw the car spin, and then the dot just appear facing forward.
Well, we obviously the hards will go to about lap 22, and you can obviously move on to the softs. But yeah, he is. I wouldn't say he's close enough though. Still 4 tenths behind. I don't even think he's.
I would say though, considering that Pred took the lead and then Scott at one point, I think Scott sat behind as a tactical thing for a few laps to try and suss out where he could make the move on that. As that's both Aston Martins now in the pits for the hard tyres. So now Vapid is the only one left. So I believe Vapid may will potentially want to go a little bit longer. But as you said, the undercut's more of a thing than the overcut.
Yes, as Adam Lee has just passed Checo to get back up to P5. I would say
have a bit of a gap.
He's within.
So half the race to go.
Well, right now he's 18 seconds away, which is within striking distance of P4. I think it's around about a 19-20 second stop here. So he's just within the striking distance, but Vapid's going to be losing a lot of.
To note though, Angelissimo has started turning. Well, he was for a little bit. He started to maybe try and turn the heat up on Pred. He catches in places and then loses time, but he is catching.
Yep, he is indeed. So Fresh is in as well for his stop on the hards, but yeah, Angelissimo's actually pulled away from Vapid, so Vapid no longer has DRS, so Vapid's tyres probably dying by this stage, and he's more than likely going to pit in the next lap or two. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him in now, but this is possibly, yep, here he goes. Now, is this going to hand the place to Adam Lee, who is on the straight just before the last corner? I believe Adam Lee is going to get past Vapid, but how close is it going to be when Vapid comes out of the pits? As the Williams garage,
being near the end of the pit lane, so he's got to travel a long way down.
And he's about to come out now. Adam Lee is going to get in front of Vapid, but how far in front? There he goes. Vapid's going to come out.
He's leaving the pit lane exit now, so he's got to turn 1.
Whoever has the camera that I'm looking through is obviously drunk. He can't keep the camera straight. Oh, and Vapid gets a little bit of a spin on his exit from the pits.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, I think the cameraman is drunk.
Who gave the camera to your wife?
Yeah, Sarah, put the camera down. Oh, Pred's still in the back.
Sorry,
actually,
Sarah, that wasn't actually. It was. I thought that joke would work quite well there.
Well, Pred is still on the back of Scott. That's the closest battle on track just now, because everyone's spread out after the pit stops.
Adam Lee, it's now got just the people on the hards who started on that tyre to deal with.
18.5 seconds. That's just within striking distance. But I mean, the more the laps wear on, the tyres in the top 3 will start wearing out, and then obviously Adam Lee will hopefully start getting closer for himself, and then he can pounce then. But he has to remember the top 3 are going to come out on much fresher tyres than himself, so he's going to have to watch for that one.
I believe they're coming up to lap Senna, I believe, for maybe potentially the second time. I'm not sure if he's already...
Yes, and So Fresh for... Actually, no, Senna's 4 laps down. It's telling me 4 laps. That can't be right. Actually, it is right. He's pit about 4 times.
I believe he's just spun again.
So Fresh is next on that list as well, but look how far back Adam Lee is. Still 18.7 seconds back from Angelissimo.
No, that gap is definitely coming down.
No, it's going up. 18.8 seconds.
No, I mean to Angelissimo. Between Angelissimo and Pred, that gap.
Oh, that gap, yes, 2.5, 2.6, around about 2.5 second mark. this may actually be because Pred and Scott are still within striking distance of each other and aren't.
I think he's probably losing time down the straights because of the not having DRS.
Yes. It looks like I mean, Pred's still going to get DRS, so Angelissimo will be losing a lot of time there. But look how you can actually see.
Pred's not able to save that much battery. That's the thing. Like Scott's on about 60%. Pred is having to use the
Scott's
battery.
in.
Oh, that's an early. I think that's about the time when I would expect the actual cars to be in.
Okay.
I believe that is Leclerc. Leclerc is spun once again.
Let's see what's going to happen. Is Adam Lee going to pass Scott? Has Adam Lee done enough?
It's going to be close.
Scott is on mediums. Wait. Scott has gone soft medium. This is going to be close. The Haas is coming out the pits now. And Adam Lee does get past Scott. Is Scott going to dive down the inside? He's not. He's going to be on the faster compound tyre though. So let's see. Is Scott going to be able to? He's only 1.2 seconds behind Adam Lee.
Apologies about that. If you could hear someone in my family in the background.
No, I never heard him.
Okay, that's fine. Just wanted to see because I see my mother in the room.
Well, Adam Lee has got past Scott.
So Pred and Angelissimo now have to respond this lap.
Yes, well, I mean, Scott is on mediums. If they two are going a lot further into the end, then it means they're going to be taking softs. And if they take softs, I mean, I've got to say it is a massive mistake to take the softs because the softs are not good. And you lose a lot of time. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But he is currently losing time to Adam Lee, though. Obviously, Adam Lee's tyres are more up to temperature and grooved
once
in.
those tyres are up to temperature, I mean, I would say the battery difference at the moment. So Adam Lee's on about 25%. Scott has about near enough 80.
Yeah, so Scott probably. Oh, Pred's in.
Pred is in.
Angelissimo continues on. He may be pushing for a soft, hard to soft.
That's a risky choice, though. You need to do a lot more laps. I mean, as Adam Lee showed, you actually need to do about 7 laps. Like 7 laps on a fresh set of softs is what you have to do. As Pred is leaving the pit box.
I think Adam Lee is going to get him.
Close.
Yep, he's coming out now. Adam Lee comes down the straight.
Just.
Yep, Scott didn't get Pred. Oh, Pred goes wide.
That's cold tyres.
Yep, two of them go side by side, and Scott manages to get him. But
the undercut may well work. The under and over.
Is he going to get past him again? Nope, Scott has DRS as well.
Still doesn't have much battery. Well, Scott doesn't have much now either. He used about half of it to try and get away.
Well, this has worked
and now he's
absolutely perfectly for Adam Lee. Oh, actually, nope, he's not 4 laps down. He's... I don't know how many laps Senna is down because
I believe it's 2. Yeah. Fair enough, 2 laps.
Because
about that.
I was looking at the tyre life of his tyres. So yeah, actually there is a way we can find out. So 126, that would be 1 lap.
Angelissimo stayed. Oh no, Angelissimo stayed out again. Yeah, he's going softs.
Yep.
I think he's definitely doing softs.
Lap 22, you'll see him come in. And then he'll move to softs.
Strategy call from Angelissimo. He has to make this work, but that gap is going to keep coming down to Adam Lee potentially because Adam Lee's on 10 lap old hards at this point.
He's currently
those
17.
Tyres on Adam Lee, even if they're more worn, will still be better than what Angelissimo's tyres are going to be on in the end because the softs, you'll have 1 or 2 laps of good grip, and then it's going to drop off a cliff.
Well, 17.5 seconds from Angelissimo back to Adam Lee, and I believe that's, well, we've seen so far, it is within striking distance. Adam Lee was currently 19 or 20 seconds behind Pred and still managed to jump on when he was in the pits. So, as I said, the overcut, I mean, it does sometimes work, but you really have to put in the lap times.
I think Scott's got his tyres up to temperature, by the way. He's got himself within a second of Adam Lee.
Yep, he has indeed. He's going to have DRS. Pred looks like he's starting to get into
definitely not going to give this up without a fight. It's Adam Lee in the Alfa Romeo.
Well, let's see. Is Scott going to get past him before he gets to the next corner? He's not. He's too far behind.
It's going to be. It is going to. I will say one thing. It is going to be crucial for Fred as well to get past as well quick, as Scott gets past, because he doesn't want to be held up behind the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, he's going to want to pass him as soon as. But Scott's just putting the fastest purple second sector. I believe during the race that is real, so it is the fastest sector for Scott. But he is using DRS as well, so. Let's see what's going to happen as it comes out of the final corner onto the straight.
Angelismo's gone to mediums quite a few laps later than everyone else.
He's going to lose the place.
Here comes Adam Lee.
Fred fastest lap.
Oh, Adam, I think there goes. Yeah, Adam Lee didn't have anything for him there.
Nope, Scott manages to take the place from Adam Lee.
Angelissimo's fell to 4th. I mean, that's not worked out well for him.
Nope, and he's also going to be on cold tyres as well, so it's going to take him about a lap just to get the tyres up to temp that he wants.
We know that he had the pace, but he needs to actually try and, yeah, I can see him try to heat his tyres up.
Scott and Adam Lee side by side. Is Adam going to take the next corner? The two of them are banging wheels.
Oh! That was, I think...
Oh! Massive crash, Pred's out!
That's Pred. I think that was Scott's
Safety car, is that? It's a safety car.
Yeah, I believe that one there was Scott squeezing Adam Lee. The two of them couldn't go side by side there. I believe a little bit of space could have been left for Adam Lee there. I believe that was, I think, a little bit of fault of Scott there.
Well, we'll find out if there is a incident report put in after the race. But this is I would say this is a blessing in disguise for Angelissimo. He's just pit on to the medium, so he doesn't have to pit again. But
I will say that Pred is going to be not amused by that in the slightest.
Well,
he's just been an innocent bystander there. I don't think the Alpha Tauri driver's done anything wrong there.
Definitely not. I mean, he was on a spin trying to stop it, and Pred just got collected by the car spinning. Not really much Adam Lee could do.
The game goal thing there, I believe though that that was all started
Scott's
by Scott
in.
there. Scott has indeed decided to pit. Adam Lee
Is
has
pit.
Angelissimo has not.
Nope. I think Scott and Adam Lee are going to softs. Vapid's coming in as well. This will be the soft run. This is the time for softs, because the safety car won't come back in until probably lap 21, 22. So the softs will run to the end.
With the soft tires, is you do not want to weave around too much on those tires, because you do not want to add too much tire wear onto those tires. In terms of,
we have no idea, Pred. It definitely should have. I think it's because he didn't go completely sideways. He was basically still in a straight line when he slammed his brakes on and didn't fully spin. So I have no idea why it didn't. Oh, JDM FA stays out on hards. That's an interesting call when everyone around them is going to be on softs. Yeah, I think Angelissimo has a really good chance of winning this, because the softs they're obviously going to be the best tyre, the fastest tyre, but they're going to fall off pretty quickly. The mediums are a decent tyre, obviously not the best, because the hards are pretty good when they get up to temperature. Yeah, definitely agree. It definitely should have ghosted. I'm actually going to, every time I mention them, I'm going to say that now. But yeah, I've got to admit, it definitely was one of those things where Adam's car should have ghosted. Nothing on Adam, that was not his fault.
yeah, I think if anything, that's the instigator of fault there is going to go to a certain Haas driver, which will probably be
well, unfortunately, Sam, we're not sure, so we can't determine that. But
yes,
I think
that's just my view of what I've seen.
I think the fault right now lays at the door of Codemasters for not ghosting Adam Lee's car, because when a car spins, technically it should be ghosted. Even though he only half spun, he didn't fully spin, he should have still been ghosted.
Oh dear.
Adam Lee's got floor damage.
Adam Lee has floor damage.
Oh, this is going to be... No, this is going to be really difficult. I mean, this is like when you get rear wing damage, it really hurts the car. So...
He's going to have fun with that car for the rest of these last few laps.
I mean, he is on the soft, so he can... As long as he can keep going and keep the car on track and not get any penalties, he should come away with a decent result. Even though he has really bad damage to his floor. I do believe JDM is not in the best place. He has literally stayed out on the hards.
I don't think everyone's caught up yet now either, but the thing is, either of these guys that have stayed out could pull a blinder, because obviously we know that once we get racing again, those softs are going to drop off the cliff very quickly after 2 or 3 laps.
Yep, just a note as well, XCR Leclerc does have rear wing damage, so not going to be nice for him driving the Mercedes. I have had rear wing damage before in a race, and the car does not feel good. I've had floor damage as well, and the car feels really bad, but the rear wing damage is the worst to have, because
it unsettles the rear balance.
Yeah, you cannot.
Balance in an F1 car is very important.
You cannot take corners at full throttle like you would normally do if you can take the corners at full throttle. So it's not the best, but we're on lap 22 or 29. I think the safety car will probably come back in either next lap or the lap after. I think it'll probably be next lap. I think the safety car only stays out for 3 laps. I don't know if that's still a thing they put in it, but every single F1 game that's came out, it's always been 3 lap minimum, and then the game sends the safety car back in, so it should be next lap if that's true. If not, then it'll be whenever everybody catches up to the back of the grid. So as we saw, only one retiree from the race, TTM Pred, who got taken out by a non-ghosted car. Shame on you, Codemasters. Angelissimo is now in the lead on medium tyres, with Scott W in second on softs, Adam Lee in third, with floor damage on the Alfa Romeo on softs as well. I wouldn't say so, because he's about 2 laps down, so it wouldn't work anyway. Vapid in P4 on the softs as well, with GDM in 5th on the hards. Don't know about that call, but Checo in P6 with Cal right behind him, his teammate in P7 on the softs as well, with NT on softs in 8th. XCR Leclerc with the rear wing damage in 9th on softs as well, and then So Fresh obviously on softs in 10th, and then XCR Senna 11th, but I think he's about a lap and a half down now on softs. So yeah, I mean, it would, if he was 1 lap down, it would make sense, but obviously because it's probably close to 2 laps now, it would make no sense, because he would just be travelling round and then have to try and catch up with the grid, and it would probably keep the safety car out even longer. So plus he's at the back of the field anyway, so he's not going to interrupt any of the fighting at the front. So plus he's still in the points as well. There is only 11 drivers left. JTM Ferrari strat. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, because those softs will start dying off very shortly. So JDM could, well, actually, yeah. I mean, the hards only 11 laps old, but I mean, once you're under safety car, those hards are really difficult to keep the temperature in. I would say Angelissimo's probably in the best position just now, because once the safety car comes in, and it is coming in this lap, it's going to be tough to keep the soft runners behind them, but then once the tyres start falling off, it's going to be a wee bit easier to get past. But we are about to get underway with the racing again. We're about to be green flag racing once more. Quite impressed though. Don't know about you, Sam. Only 1 safety car, and Angelissimo has gone. No, he's not. He's stopped.
No, he's not. He had to. He had to wait for the safety car to come back in. He's not gone yet. He's still not gone yet.
He has went now.
That was not ideal.
Nope, Scott looks like
he was too close.
Yep.
He was too close to the safety car.
Scott has got him before turn 1. And Vapid's past Checo as well, so Vapid up to P4 as Adam Lee trying to make a move. Oh, Adam Lee spun.
Oh, that was off the side pod of Angelissimo, I believe.
And it has ghosted him as well, so I mean, it could have done that for Adam Lee when he spun when Pred came up to him, but still, as JDM falls back down the order as Leclerc tries to move on JDM, but can't get it done. Oh, did the Mercedes spin there? He didn't, he stayed straight. So manages to make himself up to P7 in front of the hard running Ferrari, as we are about to see, I think, Vapid.
Oh, I think
So fresh.
Cal's gonna have. I think NT's gonna try and have a go at Cal. Cal's fell out of DRS range already.
Yep, looks like he is going to have a go. Not quite just yet, but JDM has fell down to 9th. But
Not fault for trying, I suppose.
yeah, I mean, it is a good idea because the tyres will last till the end. But I mean, when everyone else goes on softs, it's going to leave you standing with everybody else, because they're going to be so much faster for the first couple of laps, and by that point they're probably too far in front anyway. But NT falling a little bit back off of Cal. XR Leclerc is getting a little bit closer to NT as well, as we've got a yellow flag. I believe that is Sen on the background. But
Yep.
let's have a look at So Fresh pulling in. I mean, he's 1.8 seconds off of XR Leclerc. He is dropping back a little bit. I think his tyres have already overheated, or they've probably went downhill already. But NT has a penalty as well. So this could fare really well for both Leclerc and So Fresh.
Everything stay close enough, I suppose. Even with the amount of spins that So Fresh has had this race, he's actually still in contention for a P5. Actually, or P6.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, I would say P7 unless he can catch Leclerc to pass him. But look at NT all over the back of Cal, trying to make the move on the Aston Martin, but not able to. Still no DRS either. It's going to be the end of this lap. They should start getting it.
Oh, he's going for it. No. Almost had him there.
Yep, not quite able to get his Red Bull in the right place to pass that Aston Martin. Vapid's all over the back of Angelissimo. Angelissimo has lost a lot of time to Scott W. 2.2 seconds. Is Vapid going to be able to get him down the straight?
Unless Vapid can actually clear quick, I think Scott May will have this.
Yep, he definitely looks like he's going to have it. As Scott W. sets the fastest lap, 1:31, 1:76. Vapid
is
not gaining
not
as
close
much.
enough.
No, he's not gaining
That's
as
the
much
thing,
time.
Like, I think Vapid is not run. That is definitely saying to me that is actually running more wing.
Yeah, I think he's running more for the corners instead of the straights. I mean, it would make sense because you really want the grip in the corners, as it looks like So Fresh has spun.
JDM and So Fresh.
Yep, So Fresh has spun. He is trying to get his car straight. His tyres are going to be on fire now because he is on the softs. So he may spin again coming up to another corner, but NT still on the back of Cal trying to make a move. Vapid still on the back of Angelissimo. This is just basically a repeat of earlier on in the race when Vapid was behind Angelissimo. Just different tyres now.
And Vapid still can't pass, and at this point, though, Angelissimo has the advantage of being on more durable tyres.
Yep, he has 5 lap old softs.
At what point? I think the tyres have started to die off on that Haas already. So there's a little. He did gain a little bit and then lost a little bit. Maybe not.
Yep, 2.6 seconds. I mean, it's probably helping Scott that he's not got anybody in front of him or directly behind him. Vapid looks a lot closer this time, 5 tenths. But let's see what's he going to do as Angelissimo tries to break the slipstream. Vapid is going to have DRS coming down the straight.
Look at this. Look at the gap. He's closing, but he's not. He's going to go for it this
Yep,
time.
he's going down the
That's
inside.
a second and a half.
And
However,
too wide.
He's going to go very, very deep.
Yep,
And Angelissimo straight back up the inside.
yep. Nice, calm, defensive move from
So
Angelissimo.
was coming from the Williams driver and said, "Alright, I'll wait for you to do that," and then yeah.
Yep,
Oh, Cal and NT side by side, just behind that.
as the two of them go round.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
yep, contact. NT's round. Not good for NT. He's dropped to P7. He's going to have a Ferrari. Yep, he's going to have a Ferrari very close to him as well, just past. JDM is now up to P7. XR Leclerc up to P6. And all over the back of Cal as well. So, this could be a decent result for XR Leclerc. But we'll have to wait and see what he can actually do. But Vapid still on the back of Angelissimo and still not able to pass. That gap now 2.7 seconds from Angelissimo to Scott.
The tyres are going to start dropping off soon, but I don't think it's going to drop off in time for Angelissimo to make the most of it.
No, I definitely think. See, this is the thing. It can go 50-50. Either the tyres drop off really quick, or the person out in front is amazing at tyre saving and can go the distance. But
okay,
Vapid's
now
closer.
Vapid looks like he's at
He's still not getting close though.
He's still not covering the inside though.
Goes down the inside. Vapid does get the move done.
This time.
Yep.
Once again,
Angelissimo gets
a clean break around the outside.
What a move from Angelissimo! What a move!
Vapid's going to send him back up the inside.
Yep, here he goes. Nope, he took too much curb, and Angelissimo gets back in front again. So, yeah, his defence, the Ferrari driver's defence is on point tonight. He's letting Vapid do whatever he wants to do, but then has an answer for every single move Vapid's making.
Moment, it's just looking. He's like, okay, I'll let you go down the inside and break way too late, and I'll just undercut you.
Yep, or
That's
I'll
how
let
this
you.
works.
I'll let you take the place, and then just go do the over under and get my place back from you. We are on the penultimate lap as well, so this could be.
Well, that is Senna, who's just recovering for another spin there.
Well, we are on the penultimate lap as NT gets past JDM for P7. So he passes the Ferrari and the Red Bull goes back up to P7. Oh, actually, XCR Leclerc has fell back from Cal a little bit. He's fell out of DRS as well, so...
It's on a lap older tyres in terms of softs, so that could be making the difference here.
Well, here we go. Vapid on Angelissimo again. He is a little bit closer, but...
I think Vapid, though, with his low ERS deployment, this isn't going to really help him. Angelissimo is just enough. Is he going to try and defend this now, or is it going to be yet another set?
Vapid's going for a dive.
However,
nope. Took too much curb there on turn 1. That unsettles the car and you literally have to back off. So Angelissimo survives another lap. Well, this is going to be interesting to see though. JDM is catching up to the back of NT. So
all this battling now though has meant that Scott pretty much has this in the bag.
Yep, 3.2 seconds out in front is Scott W. So a brilliant run from the Haas driver.
Apart from maybe one moment in the race, but the stewards can decide on that otherwise. But otherwise than that, pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, ran well in the 5-lap sprint race and has now ran well in the 50% race. So, got to say, well-deserved win for Scott W. if he can hang on and doesn't lose anything with the car. But we are on board for the fight for P2. Angelissimo still not giving up that place to Vapid, and Vapid is still pushing to try and get P2, but I don't think he's going to get it. We're going to jump on board with the Haas because he's about to come up to the final corner.
Scott's about to come around the final corner, and so he won. I believe he won in the he won the 5-lap. He won the 5 lap, I believe so.
Yeah, he did, and now he's won the 50% as well. Angelissimo, amazing drive, going to get P2 from Vapid, who will finish P3. Great racing between those two. And it's going to be a massive points gain for Aston Martin, P4 and P5 for Checo and Cal. XCR Leclerc.
I will say, Checo actually was very quiet through the entire race, and he's actually yielded a very good result from, I believe, a very low down position.
Well, XCR Leclerc will nab P6, NT jumps into P7 with GDM and P8. Do you know what? Still a good result for GDM, even though he was on the hards, surrounded by everyone.
So fresh, even though he spun several times, still managed to finish 9th.
Yeah, so we have definitely had a brilliant race so far, or brilliant race overall.
Leclerc gets driver of the day. That brings us to a point. Who are we going for?
Do you know what I'm
tempted to give it to Checo.
Do you know what? I would either go for Angelissimo or XCR Leclerc because I mean debut race top 6, but.
I mean, a little bit fortunate, I'd say, in that front, considering the safety car. I think that would be maybe a little bit further down.
I mean, technically yes and no, but then again, people spinning helped him as well. But, as we've said before, it's up to the driver to keep the car straight, and he managed to do that and put himself in P6. Angelissimo, I would
Actually,
probably say for the way he was defending. His defense was on point today, and he just held off Vapid beautifully. Um, so yeah,
yeah, so Checo started from 6th. Yeah,
yeah. Checo started sixth, gained 2 places. XL Leclerc
Leclerc
started
gained
10th.
4, I believe.
Yes. So do you know what? I'm gonna go with XL Leclerc because it was his debut race, and he has landed in the top six, after
Mm,
starting 10th, which is 2 places from last place. But that is it. Scott W does take the win with Angelissimo in second place. Vapid is the final podium sitter with P3. Checo will take P4. With Cal 17 F1 and P5. XL Leclerc will take P6, NT25 and P7. GDM F8 will take P8 with So Fresh in ninth. Adam Lee, who had that little spin or had a couple incidents, demoted to 10th after a brilliant strategy from himself, with XR Senna in 11th. The final finisher with KTM Pred being the only retiree of the race, which was unfortunate for him. Um, I don't know if you can send the invites for.
I can see about getting people into that. A second.
Um, let's see. I need to open that up.
And Scott. Have I got to remember, does Angelismo's mic actually work normally?
No, it works now, don't worry.
Okay, your microphone is working this time.
Yep, we have all three.
You alright?
Good evening.
Welcome. Alrighty, we have all the drivers in. We'll just get rolling with the questions. Welcome everyone to the podium. We will start with Vapid, who finished in P3. A good battle between yourself and Angelismo for the most of that race. Talk us through how that race went from yourself and if anything could have been improved from that.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the result I was wanting, but yeah, I couldn't compete with the guys at all. I don't know what drug or something they had taken before the race, but the amount of grip they had, even on a harder compound, they were literally pulling away quite a bit in the coming off a corner, even on a harder tire. So I generally couldn't compete. I had the better straight line speed, but I just generally didn't have the the grip coming off the corners, and yeah, just overall the guys just did a better job today. Yeah, I need to look into that, but yeah, Bahrain hasn't really been a circuit that's really suited me the last 2 games, so I'm not really too surprised at that. But yeah, I suppose that's still points.
Fair enough. Obviously, going into this, as you said yourself, not one of your best tracks. What was your expectations going into it, and were your expectations exceeded from what you expected?
I wouldn't say my expectations were exceeded, but I wouldn't exactly say they were. I've I've lost out either, but I'm a bit gutted I couldn't give the guys a harder time at the front just because I generally didn't have the grip at all. I mean, it's felt pretty decent in the qualifying. I thought there might actually be a chance, but when it came to the race, I was having trouble heating my tires up, and then I just wasn't getting the grip overall. So yeah, overall I'll need to look into that. But yeah, I suppose on the positive side, I've got the points that I can. It's brought me back in the championship fight, so I can't complain too much.
Fair enough. And obviously, next we head home really in terms of racing. We head to Silverstone. How are we feeling going into that?
Uh, it's another love-hate relationship I've got with the track. So yeah, it kind of seems like I'm getting all, well, bar Brazil. It seems like I'm getting all the tracks I hate pretty much at the beginning of the season. So yeah, it'll just be another weekend. I'll just put my head down and see what we can get out of it. But yeah, hopefully I can. Hopefully next week will be a better week where I can actually fight for the win this time. So yeah,
Fair enough. Congratulations, Vapid, on your third place.
thank you.
And we will move on to second place. Angelismo, first time we've actually seen you on the podium this season. Obviously, we seen you had that most of the race you were battling with Vapid, and you seemed to just about get the upper hand on him. But talk us through it from your point of view.
Well, it was a nice battle, I do have to say so myself. It was very clean. We left each other space, I think, pretty well. Um, I just tried to, pull off what Leclerc basically did in real life. Just let room on the inside and see how it turns out. I had fun with battling with him. It was pretty nice. I enjoyed it a lot.
Fair enough. Obviously, as I say, going into this, what were your expectations? Because obviously we've seen that you had some pace, which is something we haven't fully seen from you in the first few races of the season. Is this one of your stronger tracks? Where was it going into it?
Um, mm, Not really. It's not really. It's basic. My expectations for this race were not very high. I was expecting something like last race, just like bottom 10 in the placements. But I did a bit of practice. I got into the handling model because I was gone for 3 weeks up until last week, and I didn't think I would improve this much. So I exceeded my expectations by quite a mile, actually. Um, yeah, that's it basically. I just did a bit of practice and it came together like this pretty well.
Fair enough. Well, as I say, the final question for yourself. Silverstone up next. Good track, bad track for yourself?
I like Silverstone. It's a fun track. It's high speed. I like it. I'll just see what I can do with my setups and pace. Maybe I can do something good there. Hopefully, I'll just see how it turns out.
Fair enough. Congratulations on your second place, including
Thank,
your battle with Vapid.
thank you.
And now on to our race winner. Obviously, almost I believe a clean sweep through the entire thing. It is Scott W. Well done on obviously first thing on the win. But as I say, talk us through it. Obviously from yourself over like the whole weekend, how it went, how your sort of your mindset coming into it, sort of thing.
Well, the last week, obviously, you do your pre-race preparations. I was always going to start in the hard because I knew I could take those plenty of time into the race, and then just that gives me more options of the strategy. Obviously, the battle with Pred at the start, I sort of knew just stay behind for now and then make the move later, save ERS, save fuel, save all that. I got past, and then the next thing I know, I can't pull away from this guy. Lap 16, and then decided, I'm going to change my strategy. I'm not going to try and push these hards, like, because I probably can't. Got to go on to the mediums and try and force him in to the pits as well. He pitted on the next lap. So I knew I just had to push in that out lap. I got ahead, but then I had Adam Lee in front. Uh, did you see the incident with myself and Adam Lee?
Yeah, that can obviously be monitored and dealt with obviously afterwards because this is probably not the best. Obviously, just putting question at the moment, but you can deal with this afterwards. Yeah, that was caught in the stream. Yes.
Ah, yes. I see. I went for that move because I knew that I'd have the grip through that corner to go around the outside and give me the inside for the left-hander. I left him plenty of room, but I feel really bad for Pred about that one. But after the safety car, NP1, just trying to keep it on the track was my main focus. Nearly messed that up a few times. Did a half spin on lap 27, so that was difficult. But did I get the fastest lap though?
I believe you did.
Oh, very nice. Grand Slam. Ah, yes.
So yeah. So
Um,
obviously yourself, you went through pre-race checks, everything and all that. And obviously, did you actually expect to have as much pace as you did coming into this weekend?
yes.
Fair enough. Nice short and sweet. Obviously, Silverstone up next. How are we feeling going into it?
Well, we did the social race there a few weeks ago, and I felt the pace was decent, but um, my qualifying pace around Silverstone. I mean, in the social race, I did a great lap there, but in terms of race pace, I couldn't keep up with Ant Smash. I was like 12 seconds off by the end. But I know what I'm doing around there. I have a feeling that I can have a good race at that circuit. So just gotta focus and forget about this race and move on to the next one.
Fair enough. Obviously, to note, Dance Maz actually won't be here until Ball record, so you don't have to worry about him next week.
Okay, that's nice.
He's on holiday in Sicily.
That's very nice, Chris.
Anyway, tangents aside, unless there's anything you want to add for any of the podium finishers, Button, I'll let you round off.
Nope, I have nothing to add. Just congrats to everyone. Some of the best driving I've ever seen, and we actually had a couple of people say that Angelissimo's move on Vapid was the move of the season, so that one's probably going to be clipped and be in the Discord later.
There
but
was a
we'll
couple.
See. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, just thanks to top three guys jumping in, having a word with obviously Sam about the race, and that's basically it from us for round 3 around Bahrain. We will be back next week for round 4, as Sam said, around Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. But until then, everyone have a brilliant rest of your night, and be sure to jump in with us next week. Also, don't forget to tune in to XER on Monday, where there is going to be a race as well. I cannot remember. Zandvoort, that's the one. Oh my god. Yep, it's Zandvoort for XER on Monday, so don't forget to tune in. But until then, we'll speak to everyone later, and see you then.